3, 2, 1.
Hola, Jess here, and Sean. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we're happy
And-
to be here.
And Qinty.
Hola.
This is Shaman Qinty here in the Amazon rainforest. So we're here at Qinty Organization Qinty, and we're here with some questions. We're going to interview Qinty so we can share information with you guys about what the work we're doing here and what Qinty's created. So I'll open those. Sean's going to help me translate.
Yeah, it's been incredible here. We've been
Yeah.
over here for just over 3 weeks, and we are going to share a bit of our journey, but we want to hear about Qinty's experience and be able to introduce you more.
Right. So we'll start with these questions with him, and then we'll share more of our experience over time as well. So with the vision of Organization Qinty, I want to have you explain what you're creating. I understand it's a center for learning and healing to work with master plant medicines. So I want to understand more of what your vision is with it.
Entonces, ¿cuál sea su visión con las plantas maestras? ¿Y qué está haciendo aquí para ayudar con eso?
Bueno, mi misión con las plantas maestras es poder hacer un cambio en las personas, un cambio de conciencia, un cambio de pensar, tener un conocimiento nuevo. La misión también que se quiere hacer con las plantas es que las personas puedan despertar y conectarse nuevamente con la tierra, conectarse con el universo. Lo que se quiere también es proteger, porque se está haciendo ya malas prácticas. Están saliendo personas que con solo tomar medicina unas 2-3 veces ya se sienten maestros. Hay una preparación previa antes de hacer esto. Yo, para estar donde estoy, me ha costado como casi 20 años, casi una vida, para estar acá y poder compartir con todos ustedes. Y parte de esa misión también es poder ayudar a la madre naturaleza con las cosas que hacemos, porque así como utilizamos para sanarnos, cosechamos, cortamos, pero contaminamos, no respetamos. Entonces parte de mi misión es hacer también entender a las personas que debemos de proteger a Pachamama, que debemos de proteger a la madre tierra.
Bonito. Voy a traducir
Sí.
esa frase. So, what Qinty just said is that the whole mission that he has is to help bring this information to us, to everyone that's out there, that you can really connect to yourself, you can connect to Mother Earth, you can connect to the universe, and within yourself you can heal. And there are a lot of people that are disconnected, and you can find that healing with these certain types of plant medicines and these good practices. And that specifically with these practices, that there are times when people will feel like they are like a master of themselves or a master of understanding after just a few times. And there's a lot that goes into understanding this. And so Qinty has 20 years of this experience under his belt. And he's been going around healing the people around the world throughout all this time. And so he has a lot of experience and knowledge. And while he's been doing that, he's been really understanding the importance of protecting this land. Because as we protect this land, it's going to come back to us, protecting our nature. So, thank you.
What are you doing right now as Qinty Organization to protect the rainforest?
¿Y qué está haciendo ahorita para proteger las Amazonas ahorita?
Ahora estamos queriendo nuevamente retomar lo que es nuestra organización oficialmente.
Okay.
Hace más de 5 años hemos venido haciendo. Lo que hemos hecho es hacer talleres medioambientales educativos.
Sí.
Nuestra finalidad como organización es poder construir una escuela medioambiental gratuita para que los niños puedan venir y educarse referente al tema medioambiental.
Okay.
Es lo que más me interesa. Hoy en día quiero hacer muchas cosas, pero como Qinty solo yo no puedo. Tengo que tener un equipo, tengo que tener una organización, tiene que estar todo muy estructurado para poder hacer. Pero sí hemos hecho y funcionó muy bien. Y nuevamente queremos hacer ese proyecto, pero ya con buenos líderes,
Yeah.
con gente capacitada, porque nuestro proyecto a veces sobrepasa más de lo que yo puedo manejarlo.
Y es mucho.
Sí, y es mucho.
Okay, gracias. So what Qinty's just responding to right now was that with this organization, they work a lot with bringing education about the importance of taking care of Mother Nature and being connected to it. And that they've done projects here before to help take care of the land, and that they're going to be doing that even again, and also investing into the education of the youth here to help them understand how important it is to protect Mother Nature and become close with it. And so that's really beautiful. The organization Qinty is actually going to be making another location here around this area, a school, to be teaching as well. And so that's in their plans for the future.
So exciting. What are all the master plant medicines you work with, the main ones?
¿Cuáles son las plantas maestras que usted usa en su práctica?
Hay muchas plantas maestras. Es como ir a una farmacia y decir qué pastillas para dolor hay. Te van a decir hay el ibuprofeno, hay la aspirina, hay naproxeno. Entonces acá hay plantas para todos los males. Para cada malestar hay una planta específica. Es por eso que a mí me gusta solamente trabajar con 10 o máximo 15 personas, porque siempre me gusta personalizar las dietas, porque cada persona que viene es un universo diferente, piensa de forma diferente, actúa de forma diferente. Entonces, por ejemplo, para ti fueron palos, son cortezas porque necesitabas fuerza.
Sí.
Para Jess, por ejemplo, fue Bubizana porque necesitaba trabajar en sus emociones. Y podría enumerarles un montón de plantas, pero tenemos de todo. Para toda dolencia hay una planta, para cada enfermedad hay una planta.
Sí.
Sí.
Gracias por decirnos. So we asked what plant does he use in his healing process, and he says it's like almost going to a pharmacy. There are so many plants that you can heal with here, that he likes keeping his group sessions to about 10 to 15 people during ceremonies because he likes to personalize it. And so in our journey, I had a certain plants that I was using during my diet, and just had her own set of plants that she was using in her diet as well. And that was personalized for what we needed as well. And so when people are going through this journey with him, he knows, kind of like a doctor at a pharmacy would, which plant you would need to help you process in your experience. So
And
that's powerful.
The main ones that we used were, for my diet, I did the cleanse with Bubizana, and then we used wonderful sacred Mother Ayahuasca and San Pedro and Peyote and Psilocybin and
Very powerful together.
Yes, and Sinanga. Those were some of the ones that we used that were really, really life-changing for us.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
So the information we can attest that comes to you when you're using these plant medicines together, it can change your life forever. And it's meant to. So.
Healing the body. Let's see. So, let's see. A few different questions I want to ask. So what, for organization Qinty, what are your visions for this location? Like what other buildings are you planning on building, and how many people do you plan to sleep here at this retreat center?
¿Cuántas habitaciones van a tener aquí? ¿Cuántas personas pueden tener alguna vez? ¿Y cuándo será listo todo?
Sí, la idea es tener entre 10 a 15 habitaciones. Como te dije, siempre trabajo en base a eso, de 10 a 15. Más de 15 ya no... 20 personas trabajar para mí ya es entrar en un caos y no ayudar nada.
Sí.
Ya con 10 y 15 ya es todo un trabajo grande. Entonces vamos a construir entre 10 a 15 casitas. Estamos construyendo ya. Esperamos que esté listo para el mes de junio. Gran parte de lo que queremos hacer. Y Dios mediante este año terminaremos todo el complejo.
So he was saying that this year he's going to finish everything, and so the month of June they're going to have a lot of it done, but it's going to be about 10 to 15 people every time, and so they're going to have maxed about 15 habitations. So 15 different centers that people can stay in.
Oh, habitats.
Where, yeah, it's really cool to have their own room, protected from the outside, but it really flows well with the air, nice bed, and has its own shower, its own bathroom, and you're just out here in nature, getting
Right
really
in the
close to,
middle of the rainforest.
yeah, getting really close to the energy of Mother Nature, and so it's beautiful, the healing that comes from that.
Oh
And
my.
all of that, they have a plan on being done this year. So
I think November
Good job.
is when they plan to be done.
With
Totally done. Yeah, with everything. And they're planning on building a big lodge or a big main area, right? Like that everyone can fit in for the ceremonies.
oh, there's gonna be another
Like a main
area for
circle area.
yeah, for like
a yurt.
yoga.
Yeah.
and that's gonna be really amazing.
Yeah.
We're excited to see how all of it comes about. Estamos emocionados de ver cómo
Como todo va siendo.
va a ser, sí,
Sí.
va siendo.
What made you decide to name it Qinty?
¿Dónde vino el nombre de Qinty?
Bueno, te conté esa vez que estaba en una ceremonia sufriendo ataques de las entidades oscuras y no podía defenderme. Entonces en pleno ataque apareció un ave insignificante que era el colibrí, pero era como un ave transparente y sus líneas eran blancas. Entonces, como te dije, de su centro se podía ver que era como en su interior el universo, como estrellitas pequeñas ahí. Y una estrellita salió así en su piquito y una gota de luz. Y cuando estaba cayendo se hizo como el sol muy grande y eliminó toda la oscuridad que había ahí. Entonces ahí es donde conocí al Qinty, al espíritu del colibrí, que es un espíritu muy poderoso. Y desde ahí me fascinó muchísimo cómo es que un ser tan pequeñito como yo, porque soy pequeño y delgado, o sea, puede tener tanto poder. Entonces por eso que me identifico mucho con ese ser.
Voy a traducir
Sí.
eso. So he's talking about the hummingbird, and that's the name Qinty, and that's the original name in the local native language here for hummingbird. And he actually had that vision of a hummingbird during a ceremony where he was feeling a lot of energy attacking him or coming at him, and he was able to heal that and see so much coming through of what was being healed when he actually had a vision of this hummingbird coming through him. And so I'm just going to translate a little bit of that because that's really cool. The hummingbird came to him and it was full of what looked like it was just full of the universe, and it was outlined in white. And then a drop of light came out of its mouth, and as it came out, it created a sun so big that it filled up all of the darkness that he was seeing around him. And that's when he understood his spirit animal of the Qinty, the hummingbird, and what that meant to him. And so this is Organization Qinty. I think that's beautiful. I think coming and connecting to Mother Nature and parts of ourselves that help us see the light and use it to also understand darkness so we can heal is what life really is about. I think when we are integrating what we know, to be able to do that, that's what the New Earth integration is. And we're excited to be working with him. So thank you for sharing that story. Gracias.
Entonces, todos son bienvenidos para aquí, para que puedan venir a sanarse. No es un trabajo fácil. Para venir a este sitio hay que estar realmente muy seguros de lo que se va a venir a hacer, porque chocamos con emociones, con vivencias que muchas veces en el plano material no queremos enfrentar. Pero aquí se viene a enfrentar todas esas cosas y no es fácil. Entonces uno hay que tener esa seguridad y ese deseo de cambio para que puedan llegar hasta acá.
Okay. Yeah. So he's saying also it's a lot to work. It is, you're working with a lot, with all your emotions, with all your thoughts. It's more than just physical work, and so you have to be really determined to dive into that and to heal when you come here. It's not just to experience, like, you know, plant medicine and to think that you're going to understand it a little bit better. You're going to dive into yourself and try to understand yourself better, and so it really is a work that you have to dedicate yourself to. And it's beautiful what is happening and what happens when someone actually really dedicates themselves to it. Yeah. Gracias.
Gracias.
And one more question.
Oh, una pregunta
A ver.
más también.
What do you feel people need to understand to prepare to come out here to do this plant medicine work, the inner work, and be with the rainforest, be in the jungle? What do they need to do to prepare and understand? What do they need to understand?
Que tienen que entender a las personas antes de venir y participar de la medicina.
Como vuelvo a repetir, entender que esto no va a ser unas vacaciones, por más que estemos en un sitio que está bien bonito. Es un trabajo de venir a conocerse a uno mismo. Y muchas veces el conocerse a uno mismo no es fácil, no es agradable. ¿Ya? Entonces uno hay que tener, como digo, esa convicción, ese deseo de querer cambiar. Si no hay ese deseo, por más que yo quiera o que tú quieras, no va a funcionar. La persona que viene aquí tiene que nacerlo. Tiene que decir, yo quiero cambiar, yo no quiero estar más así. Sé que voy a ir allá y voy a enfrentar mis emociones, voy a enfrentar dolores. ¿Ya? Para venir acá hay que tener una preparación física primero. De preparar bien a nuestro cuerpo para recibir a la medicina, que es con una dieta saludable, abundante agua. Luego preparar a tu mente también. A tu mente tienes que preparar para decirle que vas a enfrentar cosas que no quieres enfrentarlo, pero que acá, con el trabajo que se hace, sí se enfrenta. Y preparar a tu espíritu con la conexión con Dios o con el ser que ustedes creen. Porque durante este proceso, los únicos que nos pueden ayudar es Dios y nosotros mismos. Uno mismo. Acá en mi trabajo también lo que quiero recalcar es que no hago que las gentes dependan de mí. Yo hago que las personas puedan ver su potencial, que puedan ver su yo verdadero, su maestro interior. Eso es mi misión. No es venir y decir, hoy sabes qué, tienes que quedarte conmigo años y tal. No, aquí es que cada uno pueda defenderse. Yo no puedo estar siempre en México, no puedo estar en Estados Unidos, ni siquiera en Perú estoy muchas veces. Entonces a todos les enseño a despertar en la conciencia, a despertar en el amor y a despertar en uno mismo con Dios.
Gracias por contestar. It was a really good answer. So he's talking about the preparation that it takes to come here. And it's really serious work. You prepare your physical body, but also you're going to encounter your emotions, your thoughts, and then your spiritual relationship as well. And so within that journey, you have to be really ready to dig into it and understand who you are, because it's not always friendly. Like, you're getting to know the parts of yourself that are light and beautiful, but also the parts that are dark, because ultimately it's between you and God, your life that you're creating. And so the lessons that are coming through are helping you to really understand how at the center we're creating the lives that we want to live, and that we have to be our own masters and our own healers from the inside. And this is something that Qinty's traveling the world doing. He goes to Mexico, he goes to Europe, he's going to be in the United States, he's out here in Peru, but he's always going different places, and he knows that he can't be there just healing everyone over and over again. And so what he does is he really tries to teach the concepts that it takes for someone to heal, but for them to wake up from the inside. And so when someone wakes up, they start taking accountability, and they are able to heal themselves. And that takes understanding those different inner parts of ourselves so that we can be present with ourselves enough to experience what the plant medicine is really about, and to really be accepting of the healing that happens.
Raise your state of consciousness.
Yeah, raise your state of consciousness.
Your
Do you have anything
vibration.
else you want to say about that?
Yeah. How does he feel this medicine and the master plant medicine tie in with 5D, like the new earth, and like generational healing?
Okay, that's a perfect question. I'll definitely answer that. Y con esta medicina, usted se siente que es parte del mundo nuevo, y parte importante de como las enseñanzas de las familias antepasados. Es algo así para usted, para ayudar con la trama de los antepasados y la teoría del alma también.
El ayahuasca o las plantas maestras que utilizamos acá
Sí, sí.
saben hacer el trabajo, mejor dicho, que se le intenciona. Uno como maestro o como guía, siempre al momento de dar una medicina intenciona. Yo quiero que trabajes para esta causa. Quiero que hagas este efecto en la persona. Y nos ayuda a sanar bastantes cosas el ayahuasca, no solamente nuestros problemas de nuestras generaciones, de nuestras familias. También nos ayuda a sanar ciertas enfermedades, te ayuda a sanar a tu mente. Un espíritu sano, un espíritu que está equilibrado, hace que un cuerpo esté bien, hace que una mente funcione mejor. Lo que se enseña también en este sitio, acá en la Casa Qinty, es que enseñamos a posesionarse al espíritu.
Sí.
Porque todos vienen acá, y me incluía yo antes también, que dejamos que nuestra mente domine nuestra existencia. Y dejamos a nuestro espíritu o a nuestro corazón por un segundo plano. Y siempre escuchamos a él y a veces nos da respuestas, sí, muy buenas, pero no nos da ese gozo, no nos da esa satisfacción. ¿Entiendes? Sí. Entonces, eso es lo que se viene a estar aprendiendo acá. Sí, la conexión. Muchas veces las personas vienen por una cosa y salen con varias cosas. Salen encontrando mucho más. Es un poco difícil explicar, o sea, es porque es para todo. Es para todo, es una planta milagrosa. El ayahuasca, el San Pedro, el bufo, todos son plantas que nos enseñan a ver cómo estamos.
Sí.
Así es.
Gracias. Bien dicho. So he was talking about the master plants and how powerful they are at helping us heal from the inside. I'm laughing because this is very much like our experience, and it's amazing. But you come thinking that you're going to heal one thing, and then you heal so many other things, because it's an inner work that really helps you heal your mind. It helps you heal your emotions, your heart. And so from that experience, you start changing how you're acting on the outside. And in that way, it's really deep work. Like, it is very spiritual work, because you're not just connecting with your mind, like the part of you that can think and come up with ideas. You're connecting with your soul, and that part that has emotions, that part that can help guide you in a way that you don't have to understand everything sometimes for it to work out. Like, you can really heal and have trust within yourself to be guided and to be present with yourself and with Mother Earth and nature and your experience again. And during our experience, we just found so much connection in ourselves, and that we are a part of everything and a part of everyone. And what our mission is to be able to help that healing come across to everyone in a way that they can as well receive that love of this experience and the plant medicine that comes through it. And so being prepared in that kind of way, and then receiving, blessings of healing more than you expect, it's something that you have to experience, honestly. And so that's what we're here trying to share through words, what this is really like, because it applies to everyone in their own personal way. Whatever they're going through, this is really going to help them, get to the core of what they're healing.
It's the root of it, and access to our self-awareness. Release, energy, cleanse. I feel like that was a big part of it. It's cleansing, purging, and becoming present again in your body and around in this universe, like what is real, the energy that's moving through you, and more aware of that, more connected to energy.
More connected to energy.
To yourself, coming out of
Grounded.
numbness, apathy.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It's life-changing.
Yeah, gracias.
Gracias. Muy
Gracias.
bien, Jan. Yeah.
Do you feel that this, one more thing,
Oh, this is last thing.
do you feel that this from all the work you've done and with what you've learned from your master that you learned from, do you feel that this specifically helps with neuroplasticity? And that's basically what he's saying, that I want to like confirm that it really helps with neuroplasticity.
With how the mind changes the way it thinks.
Rewiring the brain.
Okay. Entonces, como dice, funciona mucho con la mente, cómo se funciona la mente para ayudar a las personas que se sienten que están tratando de sanar algo de emociones o algo de el mente porque están en ese camino de sanarse. Esto es algo que puede ayudar con esto.
Sí, porque nacemos, la sociedad nos empieza a estructurar cómo tiene que ser, cómo tenemos que ser. No nos dejan a uno mismo ser. Y muchas veces las personas quieren cambiar, pero es un patrón genético, neuronal. Está ahí. ¿Cómo se cambia eso? Reseteando todo el cuerpo, reseteando la mente. ¿Y cómo hacen eso las plantas maestras? Entran a tu cuerpo y te dan un sacudón fuerte donde tu ADN se empieza a regenerar nuevamente, las neuronas que estaban desconectadas empiezan a estar conectando nuevamente. Pero como digo, no es fácil. No es fácil, uno hay que venir con la convicción y el deseo de querer cambiar y aquí se le puede ayudar. Siempre y cuando la persona quiera. Porque si no quiere, no funciona.
Gracias. That was amazing. So we were talking about neuroplasticity and asking how it helps the brain change. And his answer is that yes, it always does. The world works in a way that makes you very stiff and rigid in the way that your mind starts thinking. But this opens up your understanding from the inside out. And so it helps reconnect those neurons that have been disconnected. And that's what we're talking about with neuroplasticity, is it's reconnecting neurons that make new neural pathways. So you can, new thought patterns. You can understand information in a new way without having to fight it. You could heal past trauma in a new way without having to fight it in real time. This is what it takes to have neuroplasticity healing your mind. And so that's what this plant medicine does as well. We've looked into researches into that as well, and that's beautiful that the world is really getting to understand that from another angle. But this is such an internal work that really prepare for yourself in a way you feel is best to face yourself from the inside, and you're going to be finding healing really soon.
This has been used for millennia. By tribes in Peru, in South America.
¿Cuándo empezaron a usar la medicina de ayahuasca y las plantas secadas?
¿Cuándo? ¿Quién yo?
Las personas y la gente de
no hay historia, es muy antigua, pero yo cuando tomé ayahuasca por primera vez había visto el inicio, cuando en el Amazonas habían pocos hombres, pocas personas, entonces los espíritus caminaban más libremente, entonces en esos encuentros se conversaban y ahí les decían cómo tenían que preparar las medicinas, pero el Amazonas es tan misterioso, no hay escritura amazónica, todo es oral, no hay ruinas, entonces el Amazonas todo se lo guarda, se lo guarda, no suelta sino más sus misterios.
Científica amazónica.
Sí.
No, you're saying it's like Amazonic science, and that this information's been here for a long time. So there's never been a script, like a written history recording when the first time plant medicines were used. But in one of his journeys, he actually had a vision, seeing that there were a few people experiencing it and sharing it with other people, and how that actually was initiated. And it's really beautiful, the visions and the power that these plants have to help you connect to yourself and the things you're processing. And so I really respect that, and the ancestors. Very powerful, and it's been used here so much for healing that, again, there's no written history of when it started through all of this. So.
Did he say like an estimate of how long?
No, it just said ever since there's been people around, it's been known to be used.
So for as long as they can, they have record and been used here. That's amazing. That's incredible.
As long as they can record.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor. It's been an honor being here. You've changed our lives. Thank you. This is the most important work, one of the most important parts of our lives, Doctor.
Sí. Thank you.